friends. Thanks for stopping by. See, I'm glad you came when you did because that cotton candy over there almost didn't make it to this video. So what we're gonna make today, or what I'm gonna make for you today, is inspired by the fragrance in the middle there, Vibrant Orange and Neroli by Paris Corner, the Amir collection. What that is an inspiration of Byredo Sundazed, and that fragrance is basically a very bright, kind of tangy, sweet orange, basically. So what I did was I steeped some tea, just some orange tea, and I'm gonna throw some of this cotton candy over there in it just to help sweeten it up. So let's see, we're gonna melt it in there. I've seen this done before, so let's see if it works for us today. There we go, there we go. It's working. Would you say you want a little extra? Okay. Okay, here we go. Now I'm going to mix it up. Ooh, that blue changed the color. We should have just kept it the pink. That's okay. We're friends, right? All right. That's our simple drink for today. I know it's gonna taste good, but this fragrance really smells good, so it really inspired me to do this refreshing kind of cotton candy orange drink. So enjoy. Let's get to the video. Hey Fragrant Friends, it's Jay. Today's video is gonna be including all of my fragrance houses beginning with the letter E. So I just wanted to talk about these cute little tulips in the back. I was at Whole Foods today and I don't know, I just had to grab them. Do you guys ever buy yourself flowers? I definitely have to do that every now and then. They make me, I don't know, flowers make me happy. I like fresh cut flowers of all kinds, but these tulips were so lively. They kind of just reminded me of spring, and I just had to grab them, had to pick them up. And they just look so cute. Since I brought them home, I cut them, put them in some water, and they're starting to open up already. So I'm excited to see what they're gonna be. But yeah, I love fresh cut flowers. What do you guys think? Do you get flowers for yourself? I also wanted to talk about this amazing color orange from the tea. Look at that. It's almost neon. It's just a tea and the cotton candy. So I forgot to mention in the video that I did when I was making this, that the reason I put the cotton candy in there was because Sundays by Byredo has cotton candy in it. So that's why I put it in there. It's just a subtle kind of sweet, musky flavor added, or scent added to the fragrance. So I just wanted to add a little sweet flavor, or sweet, you know, touch in a exciting way, in a fun way to this fragrance. So I thought I'd use the cotton candy. So just trying to be creative, and you can alter it, you know, add as much sugar as you want, but I just thought that orange was so beautiful. So yeah, let's get started, okay? So the houses that I have beginning with E, this first one is just a result of me being very nosy. I always say I'm nosy, but what it is I mean, I guess that's true when it comes to fragrances. You know, I get caught up in looking at notes and going on different websites, or you know, and kind of scrolling through and just seeing what the inventory is, and looking at the notes and putting them together in my head, and deciding if it's something that I think I would like or not. I mean, that is something that blind buyers do. I'm definitely a blind buyer. There's no other way I'd know about this fragrance other than doing exactly what I just explained. So this is by F.A. Paris, and this is by Wurood. This fragrance is called Wurood, W-U-R-O-O-D. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it. There you go. I'll put it up, but this fragrance is kind of like myrrh and vanilla. I think it's just a myrrh and vanilla fragrance. It's called White Sapphire. And it reminds me, so this is beautiful. It reminds me of Seta. And I tried to look for Seta. I don't know where it is. It's somewhere, but I have to find it. But this definitely gives me that vibe. So if you ever tried Seta by Moresque, this is an alternative to it. If you find it, if you see it, I don't know how available this fragrance is, but it's definitely, I don't know, it could be comparable to it. I can't remember exactly how much I paid for it, maybe $40, $50 for this fragrance. The bottle reminds me of Whittian, their collection that, you know, they have bottles in this, they have a collection that have bottles in this shape. It's a very heavy bottle, very, you know, the top is a good, weight. It's not just a plain plastic bottle, but it's an awesome fragrance. It's myrrh and vanilla. That's mainly what I get, so it's very nice. It's light enough to wear, I would say, in mild weather. Maybe a summer night, not in the hottest days of summer, maybe, but through the rest of the year, I would say you could wear this one also. So Warood, this is White Blanc, Sapphire Blanc by Warood, F.A. Paris. The order, I don't know. But anyway, we're gonna go to FC UK. This is Friction, her, okay? I got this, I was watching my girl Sunny, as I do. And this is just, I'm trying to get into coconut more. I always say that I really don't appreciate coconut in fragrances. This is coconut and pineapple, and it's very, very affordable. This is a nice, fresh, definitely summer fragrance that you could wear to the beach or, you know, outside, and if you're feeling beachy or just summer-like, just, you know, like you want to be on a vacation. That's what this fragrance reminds me of. It is FC UK Friction for her, and it's just pineapple coconut. It's nice. The next one is, the next house I have is Floral Street. It is Sunflower Pop by Floral Street. And this one is just a very juicy, it's like a Bellini-esque, I guess that's a note in here, Bellini. And it's very juicy, citrusy, peachy, very nice at the top, but it dries down to something that's very fresh, a fresh white floral. So this is a very clean white floral with a top of Bellini and citrus, very summer-like. So this is a beautiful fragrance. I haven't worn much of it. I mean, I have to say that I have to wear a lot more of all my collection. I just have a lot. That's why I'm trying to go through these things and try to get rid of some things that I'm not wearing or I know that I'm not gonna wear. That way I can hopefully focus on things that I really love and I want to wear, and I can give them more love. So that's what I'm trying to do here. I'm definitely going to tell you guys what I'm not going to be keeping in my collection. So that is Floral Street. Sunflower Pop, definitely going to be keeping that fragrance. This next one is again by Floral Street, and this is Wild Vanilla Orchid. This is a dupe of Wilhelm. There we go. What is it? The one with the blueberry and the lemon. Oh, I can't remember. I'll have to put it up. I don't have it, but it's just a very green vanilla. It's green and sweet at the same time, if you can imagine that. Bamboo. So just a very watery type, woody, green fragrance with some sweetness to it. Perfect for summertime, perfect for warm weather. It's definitely not too sweet. So yeah, that's Floral Street. The next one, the next house is Floris. This is Sirena. This is one that I'm not gonna keep. Definitely has a lot of marine notes. So marine is a lot more than just aquatic. I love an aquatic fragrance. I love a watery fragrance. But this has something a little more, I don't know if cologne, you know, the molecule that they use to make blue fragrances. I wonder if this has a lot of that in there. I understand now when people say It kind of smells like watermelon. This is rose. So I got this fragrance because it is a rose fragrance, but it also has, oh, it has rose and berries, but it has that marine note to it. So there's something salty about it, maybe something blue about it that I just don't resonate with. I don't connect with this. I don't like something about it. I just don't like marine notes in fragrances, period. So I didn't think that it would be so prominent with the rose and the berries, but and it's not the main player, but it is there. It's definitely noticeable. And I tried to wear it and kind of move past it, but it's not something that I can ignore. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this fragrance. This is Floris Sirena. So if that sounds good to you, look for this on my Mercari. The next one I have is Floris Tuberose in Silk. And I saw this fragrance advertised. I don't know if I was looking on FragranceNet or what, but it was in a beautiful white bottle, and I was just thinking about tuberose, like a white bottle, tuberose, silk, you know, it just sounded attractive to me. This one is a light, I think it has iris in it. Let me see. Yeah, I think it does have iris in it. Just a kind of a, I want to say fluffy, you know, I'll go ahead and say that since that's what came to mind. A fluffy, fresh tuberose. It's fresh, it has a little bit of sweetness to it. And this is perfect for warmer weather, definitely. I don't think this would hold up in colder weather at all. I think this is definitely a warm weather fragrance. It's very light, very airy, very almost fresh, powdery, but still at the same time kind of sweet and florally. Nothing gourmand about this all. This is definitely a fresh, kind of powdery, sweet-ish, airy tuberose. So that is Floris Tuberose in Silk. Really nice. The next one I have, I think I talked about in a haul. I know I did. This is Cherry Blossom. I mentioned that I wasn't the biggest fan of Cherry Blossom, but this is still a nice fragrance to wear in the summertime. Definitely a powdery, kind of pink floral fragrance. Really just a nice floral pink fragrance. I don't know why my words are not coming out today, but yeah, definitely easy to wear in the springtime and the summertime. This next fragrance, I have to mention, I think something is funny because sometimes you look on different websites, and this is a dupe house, I think. At least this fragrance is a dupe. But the bottle is pretty nice. I'm attracted to the bottle. And when I was looking at the notes, I was like, oh, this is gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be perfect for, you know, warm weather or whatever, just a florally sweet fragrance. And it was priced very expensively, but also when I bought it, it really wasn't that expensive. It was probably about $20, $30 that I got it for. This house is called Fragrant Story. It's really nice because the bottle actually has it's raised glass here, and it's called Envy. But when I typed in, and what I've been doing to kind of figure out if something is a dupe for something else is just highlighting the notes, and then you can search for it. So you can search to see if those notes in particular, you can kind of copy and paste it, or if you have an iPhone, it just comes up as a search at the bottom of the phone. Anyway, and it'll bring up whatever is matching. So this matched, it has mandarin, I can't remember all the notes, but it's a dupe for Juicy Couture. And I remember saying in one of my last videos that I'm kind of tired of that scent profile, and it's true. So I don't think I'm going to keep this fragrance, but it smells. It has a great atomizer, and it definitely smells juicy and fruity, just like Viva La Juicy, not just Juicy Couture, but Viva La Juicy smells. So I'm going to pass this along, but it's a nice weighty bottle. It will look good on your vanity. And I can't speak much to you know, the longevity or anything. I haven't really worn this out, but I definitely feel like it can hold its own. So that is Envy by Fragrant Story. The next fragrance house is Fragrance World, and I have a lot, a lot from these. This is Serene Rose. This is an EDP. This is just a very fresh green rose, red rose with a little bit of green patchouli. So it's just a fresh fragrance overall, but the patchouli makes it a little bit deeper. I think I'm gonna pass this one along. Patchouli, I don't want that patchouli in my rose really. So I would like it to stay just more clear and fresh of that patchouli. The next one that I have is Icy Roses. I don't know, I mean, clearly it's in an Armani Privé bottle. I'm not sure which Armani or if it is duping an Armani Privé fragrance, but if you know, put it in the comments. The next fragrance that I have is Icy Roses, which is a dupe for Kilian Roses on Ice. This is cucumber and roses. I'm not gonna keep this fragrance. This is not something that I gravitate toward. I think you definitely have to like that cucumber note, and I have to say it's gotten better since I first purchased this fragrance. You have to let this one sit because it smelled more chemical, I guess I can say, when I first bought it, but now it's really more clear as far as the cucumber and the rose. So this is something that would be very refreshing for hot weather. I'm gonna go ahead and pass this along. Very heavy bottle, acrylic top, so it's not too heavy. But yeah, I could see this fragrance being nice for the person who is looking for this type of profile. So the next one kind of makes me laugh. This is called Intense Peach, which is a dupe of the dupe. I have a dupe of the dupe. This is supposed to be, I guess, a copy of, what is it, by Tom Ford, Bitter Peach. And I know they have Bright Peach, and this is Intense Peach. Now this one, it's pretty powdery. It reminds me of, I don't know if you guys ever had instant oatmeal. So when I first got this fragrance and I sprayed it, it reminded me of the Quaker oatmeal, the peach kind. That's how the powdery and the type of peach smell that was in there, that's what this one smells like. So it's like powdery peach, oatmeal peach. I think I'm gonna keep it. It smells good. I just think it's, I don't know, just my association kind of cracks me up, but Intense Peach by Paris Corner, or Fragrance World, excuse me. The next one I talked about is, I've talked about this one before, and this is Eclat de Diamant, and this is Rosa. This is a tobacco rose with like a frankincense note to it, and it's really, really, really nice. It's kind of bright at the top, very powdery type rose, and then you can definitely get the tobacco as it develops. The bottle is beautiful, top is heavy. I don't know, this one is one I'm definitely gonna keep. The one, its counterpart is a white floral. This is Eclat de Diamant Oro, so this is gold, and it is a white floral, and it's supposed to have a leather note. I just don't know if I'm gonna keep it. I said that this is one that I think I'm gonna pass along, but it's sweet. It's a sweet, bright, oh, this is pretty too. Sweet, bright white floral, but it's not, I'm trying to figure out, it's not so airy that it feels like it's just a complete floral. It has some sweetness, kind of like a syrupiness to it. I don't know. I'll think about it. This has some suede in it. I don't know that I'm getting that. I might have to wear it a little bit more to see, but this one is questionable. I don't know if I'm going to keep this fragrance or not, but this is worth getting your nose on. I don't know how you would sample this fragrance. You probably just have to pull the trigger, but it's a quality fragrance, I can tell you that. So the next group are kind of inspired. I remember watching Sea Chronicles, and when she did one of those compilation videos when she was you know, when she puts them together and talks about the dupes. If you guys don't know Sea Chronicles, she really puts a lot of work in as far as putting together dupes and finding out which Middle Eastern houses or fragrances are similar to others. So they're very helpful, and these came in those Guerlain bottles, and this one is Rose as Rose. I'm not sure exactly what this one is duping, but the bottle is amazing. It's very heavy. The plaque is at least like feels like tin, maybe like a tin. It has Fragrance World at the top, and it's nice actual string here. This one is definitely a bright rose. It has violet. I don't think that I'm going to keep this fragrance just because violet gives me a hard time. I don't really like the smell of violet too much, and in here it's really, really prominent. So I think I'm going to pass this along, but it is a nice fragrance. Yeah, just powdery, kind of tart violet with a bright rose. So it's a nice fragrance. It's just not for me. So that is Rose as Rose by Fragrance World. Okay. The next one is Dark as Wood. Again, the same bottle. Kind of a greenish juice. Look at that. Let's see. This, I can't remember if this was supposed to be, one that was discontinued. I'll have to put it up. But this is a sweet. I think my nose might be getting tired. Like a sweet wood. I might have to put this one up, but I'm gonna keep this one. It's nice. This is definitely a unisex fragrance, and I always forget to mention if it's unisex. This rose, this video is crappy. Icy Roses is definitely a unisex fragrance. If you like rose, any of the roses are unisex. This is definitely a unisex fragrance. You know, you can't really go wrong with coconut and pineapple. If you like that, that is unisex. So this is a unisex fragrance. Dark as Wood. The next one is Vanilla So Sweet. Definitely keeping this fragrance. It's supposed to be a dupe, I think, of Spirituous Double Vanille, and it's not. It's not close, but it's a good vanilla. It's definitely a good vanilla. So I'm definitely keeping that. This is Vanilla So Sweet. The next one I have is just a very bright, musky tuberose. So this is White as Tuberose. And this one, very refreshing, very floral. If you don't like florals, you won't like this. Perfect for summertime. This is like I think tuberose has like a fruity nature to it. It can. This one does, and it's really nice for summer and warm weather. So I'm definitely keeping that. White as Tuberose. The next one that I have is Gentle Gold. This is the Barakat. And this is a dupe for Gentle Fluidity Gold. I have a sample of that one. This is definitely a great dupe. I don't think it's one-to-one, but it definitely reminds me of it. And I do have to say that when I first sprayed this fragrance, I had to let it sit because it wasn't, it just needed time. I could tell that it wasn't complete, but now it's smelling more and more like it. This is unisex. If you like a sweet kind of, I know what makes it unisex is the juniper berries, but it is still a sweet fragrance. The juniper berries give it a little character, but it's a great vanilla, great kind of spicy-ish. It's not too spicy, but it just makes it so that it's not a typical vanilla. It's beautiful. Oh, and I was gonna mention with these, it's the first time that I ever noticed that there were, when I got all of them, all of these had some white things kind of floating at the bottom. And I was looking, I was like, oh, my bottles are contaminated. And I was kind of turned off. But I was researching, and they were saying it could be the essential oils just kind of coming together after transportation or after, you know, temperature changes and all of that. So what I did is I kind of just shook it up, and they were able to come together in the composition. So if you get these fragrances, this is why I was mentioning it. If you get these fragrances and you see that, or any fragrance, maybe try to shake it up and see if it kind of combines in the solution, and that would let you know that it's actually part of the fragrance and not something weird in your bottle. So just to let you know, so the first time I ever experienced that, so I wanted to let you guys know. This next one is Orchid Brown. I don't know what this is. It's fresh and it's fruity smelling. I don't know. It doesn't stand out to me. I've had this for a little while, for months and months, and let's see. I didn't smell, kind of smelled like an air freshener when I first got it. Now it smells more like a fragrance, but it is still very kind of fresh, citrusy, maybe some berry, some sort of berry in here, but I don't think I'm gonna keep this. I don't know. It just doesn't stand out to me. So that is Orchid Brown. I don't know if this is duping anything. I'd have to check. Maybe I'll put it up if I figure it out. And this next one is Mocha Wood. I love this bottle. This top is nice and heavy. Bottle is nice and heavy. But I do have Roses Vanille. I think I'm gonna keep that, and I'm gonna pass this along. So this is a woody, kind of like a woody version of Roses Vanille. So yeah. The next house is Fragrenza. It all started from Amarena Cherry. This is a Tom Ford Lost Cherry dupe, and it is a great dupe, and it has great lasting power. The next one is Milan Glow. This fragrance, I've been trying to work with it. This is supposed to be a dupe of, what is it? Dior Poison Girl? Poison Girl, I think that's the name of it. But this fragrance is so soft, and it's so close to skin, and the longevity is horrible. It's horrible. So I've had these for a few weeks. I feel like it should be a little bit better than it is, but it's not doing me right. I think I can maybe wear it for bed, maybe after a shower or something like that, but it just seems like it goes so fast. And I asked my daughter if she can smell anything, and she says no. So I don't know if it needs more time to macerate. It's probably been about 2 to 3 weeks already. I'll give it some more time because I actually do like the smell, but it's just it's not performing. So I'm not gonna pass this along to somebody else. This is something that I would probably just spray at night. I've oversprayed, probably about 15-20 sprays at a time, and this just does not project, and it doesn't last. So yeah, careful about this one if you're looking at this house, Milan Glow. The next one is Cherry Inferno, and this is a Tom Ford Cherry Smoke dupe. I haven't worn this out, but I definitely get that smokiness. Let's see. It's like incense. Maybe burning incense, and just like the incense sticks that are scented with some cherry. This is nice. This would be a nice fragrance for night. I will say, when I brought these to you guys, when I first got them in a haul or presented them to you in a haul, I mentioned this, but I also want to say it again. This new packaging, do you see how the name of the fragrance, it's just stickers. So if you get any oil or anything on here, it's gonna mess that up. So be careful, just be aware if you order from this house that these are not guaranteed to stay where they come to you. You know, they're gonna move around as there's oil on your skin or as the fragrance possibly leaks. So just be aware of that. But this is a decent fragrance. It smells nice. The next one that I have is Normandy Brandy. Now this one is supposed to be a dupe for Killian Apple Brandy on the Rocks. And I haven't smelled that fragrance, but this is a fragrance that I was really interested in. I really wanted to like it because of the note of brandy, but it does have like a, it's a be good on a man. This is definitely a unisex fragrance. I would say leaning masculine just because of my taste, but there is definitely some apple and some pine in here. And I don't know if this is glue. I don't know, Fragrenza. I don't know. There's just stuff on the bottles, but it's a good fragrance. I don't know. So if you're interested, I think I'm going to pass this one along. The next one is cherry. What is that? Cherry Yum. This is cherry and chocolate and rum. Something else. I can't remember all the notes, but let's see. I get the chocolate and the cherry, definitely, yeah. I'll have to wear this out. This is light, but you can definitely get those notes. I don't want to sneeze. Cherry Yum. I'll have to play with this more. It's still new to me. The reason I got this second round of Fragrenza after I got the Amarino Cherry is this one. I was looking for a dupe of Cassili by Parfums de Marly, and this is the dupe, and it's so pretty. I haven't worn this out, so I cannot tell you about the longevity and all that, but it's so nice. Definitely get that kind of powdery plum, but it's so clean when it starts to develop, and as it dries down, this is a nice fragrance. So I'll have to update you as I wear this. All of these fragrances are new to me, so I really can't give you too much information about most of them. I'm gonna take a quick drink, real quick. Let's see. The next one is Vanilla Diorama. Okay, so this is a dupe for Dior Diorama. Okay, this is the citrusy vanilla fragrance with a little bit of spice. And from what I remember, this vanilla is done really, really nice. It feels custardy. Oh yeah, like a custardy vanilla with maybe some cinnamon in here. Maybe a little bit of orange, excuse me. But it's really nice. Definitely curious to know how this one performs because it's beautiful. And the next one I'm not happy with at all. So I bought this fragrance, this full bottle, based on a sample that I had. The sample sat with me for a long time, for maybe a couple years. And I don't know if this one needs time to sit, possibly, because that sample sat with me for so long. But the way that this smells now, this is one of their original creations, Adesso. So there's maple and there's cherry and some other notes I can't remember, but the way that they came, musky, that is something that drew me towards it, definitely from the sample that I had. And the reason why I got this full bottle was because of that kind of just deep, sweet, musky goodness that I got from that fragrance. But this is definitely not giving that right now. I'm gonna give it a chance. I'm gonna give it some time, but as far as I can tell right now, this is not ready to wear. I'm irritated by that. I feel like I shouldn't have to let my fragrance sit. I feel like, I mean, if it's made to order, I understand, but for the most part, I feel like a lot of fragrances are just pushed out there because we'll buy them and we're buying them so quickly. And I feel like for the money grab, I feel like they're just pushing product. And, you know, what if I want to wear it now? And what if I don't want to want to let it sit for months and months to get the finished product, you know? It's kind of a unspoken thing. I mean, you always see in people's comments and, you know, you got to let it sit. You're going to have to let it sit to get the full performance. But I don't know how I feel about that. I think if I didn't have a lot of options and I wanted to wear this now, I want to wear it now. I don't want to make it, you know, have to let it sit for months and months. So anyway, that's just my irritation. But the last house that I have is beautiful, and this is Fragrenza. This is Fragrenza 1813, and this is the Codal. This is a very beautiful woody cacao with rum and some floral notes. And what I mostly get is a beautiful rum with woody cacao in the background. This is a beautiful fragrance. It's fresh, so it can definitely be worn in the warmer weather. Maybe not the hottest days of summer, but definitely warmer weather, and definitely in cooler weather as well. So this is unisex also. But that's it. That's the end of my F's. This video was kind of weird. I don't know if I'm gonna keep it, but if you enjoyed it, go ahead and leave me a comment. And I hope you guys are doing good, and I hope to see you in the next one. Love, Jay. Bye-bye.